things. We just need more reps for a lot of players. We've got a lot of young players and experienced players. We need to continue to get a lot of reps. We need to continue to teach and just coach and coach and coach to help guys improve. But we're making a lot of strides, a lot of progress. We're throwing a lot at them, a lot of different situations. You know, what we're doing offensively, it's really multiple, a lot of different formations and shifts and motions, and it's causing them to think a little bit, but it's good. So really pleased with the progress that we continue to make. So I'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Coming out of the scrimmage and I guess 7 practices in, is the quarterback competition coming into focus a little bit?
No, I mean there's some guys that are starting to maybe pull away from the pack a little bit, but you know, it's going to be an ongoing competition all the way into the training camp and probably the middle of the training camp.
Who's pulling away?
You know, guys that had a good scrimmage last Saturday. Gio had a good scrimmage. Arthur had a good scrimmage. Jonathan Lewis had a good scrimmage. Not that the other guys were bad. Those guys made some throws, did some things that were a little bit better. So they pulled away a little bit.
Whoever does wind up getting that, how long of a leash do you envision giving that person just to learn on the job and maybe make some mistakes?
We're not even talking about anything like that. You know, we're so far away from even figuring out how to consistently take the snap. Let alone talking about who's going to start and is there a leash on them or not a leash. We got a long way to go to forget about even thinking about that. So I don't mean to be rude, but just we got so much to do.
You didn't dismiss the idea of maybe picking a quarterback by the end of spring camp. Now that you're halfway through, is that a possibility?
No chance.
Why is that happening?
No, we're not. We're nowhere ready to do that. We got so much to do offensively, and it starts with the quarterback position, managing the offense. Now we're making a lot of progress. I'm really happy with the group overall. When you look at last year, Gio was basically a lone soldier here in spring practice. So we got a much more competitive room. We've got playmakers in the room, and the competition is great. The chemistry is great. They're getting better, but we've got so far to go before we even think about making a decision on who's going to be a starter in September. So there'll be no chance that a starter will be named after spring.
At wide receiver, how are you seeing that position group develop? Obviously, they're working with a new coach now. They seem pretty excited to work with Coach Eric.
Yeah, I've mentioned before, it's probably one of the pleasant surprises of spring training. The whole offseason spring training so far is the wide receiver group. They've really they've worked hard. They've improved fundamentally. They've improved their football IQ. Fewer mistakes, more plays being made. Chemistry in the room is great. Relationship with their coach is great. So I'm really pleased with that room. Again, just kind of like the quarterbacks we was talking about, though. We got a long way to go. But right now we're probably making more plays here in spring than what we've made in the previous 2 years. So progress is being made.
How did you see Eddie Lewis develop with his time at prep school, both on and off the field? He seems like a very mature player now.
You know what? That's probably the thing that I've seen the most out of him is maturity. I think going to prep school, he learned more about football. He learned about handling his business, being a good teammate. I like Eddie. Eddie's doing a great job right now, and Eddie's got a lot of talent, and he's got good ball skills. He's still learning what we want him to do at the wide receiver position. But he's going to be he is a great addition to our team, and going to be hopefully a really good playmaker for us, on game day as we go through the season.
Is Bo Melton kind of emerging as your number one guy?
Again, just like quarterbacks, I'm not going to say there's a number one guy at all yet, but Bo Melton is having an outstanding spring. He had a good off season. Just like Eddie, we talked about going to prep school. Bo is here. Freshman, a lot of things on a freshman that's playing. But he's learned to handle it. He understands what to expect. He understands how to handle his business. He's really matured. When he shows up to football, he can focus on football and not be distracted from a lot of other things. And I really like where Bo is at. Those two guys are very similar. Freshmen, one went here, one prep school, but where they're at right now in the first spring is way ahead of where they were when they would have gone on campus somewhere.
Kevin Wilkins, how valuable is he, considering he play both inside and outside, how multiple your defense is? How valuable is he?
Yeah, Kevin's got some position versatility. He's big, he's strong, he's got some athletic ability. Right now he's practicing probably as consistently as he has since we've been here. He's making a lot of plays. He's been tough to block. I like where Kevin's at right now. He's really important to our defensive success.
I'd say, what have you seen out of Dixon?
He's long. He's got athletic ability. When he's out in space, he can move. Probably needs to still learn how to play on the line of scrimmage against certain personnel groupings. We got to find out if that's something he can do, but he's a space player. He's got great length. He can run, he can cover, he can blitz. He's pretty versatile, and really happy that we have him.
What about Adam Korzak? How's he filled in at punter?
Oh, he's done a nice job. He's got a different skill set, unique skill set from a traditional American punter that we're pretty fired up about. But he's getting more and more comfortable. You got to understand, his first spring practice was his first football practice, and he was a little nervous out there. He's doing a great job holding for our field goals. Also, really pleased with him.
How about place kicker? See anything out of that competition?
You know, Justin Davidowitz is our guy right now.
Okay.
He's been the most consistent. He's got a strong leg. You know, obviously he played last year, handled our kickoffs for us, practice place kicking, you know, last year. But he's the guy that's doing it right now.
What have you seen in the tight ends? Washington's obviously out, so those guys are good.
You know, Travis Vokalek's a guy that's flashed quite a bit here during spring. He is. He's had really good hands. He's really good in the pass game, learning how to block still. He's a willing blocker. He's a tough kid. Just got to continue to get stronger and fill his body out. You know, 2 years ago the kid was a high school DB. You know, now we've got him in there trying to block defensive ends and stuff. But he's come a long way, and really excited about him. And we'll get Jerome back. I think those two guys are going to be a pretty good tandem.
How about offensive line? Crimin over at right guard. You know, you like where he's at?
You know, just the O-line in general. I think I mentioned it, you know, a couple weeks ago when we talked. We got a lot of work to do. Long way to go with the offensive line. We're just kind of mixing and matching right now, different combinations of guys, looking at some guys at guard, whether it be left or right, some guys at tackle, getting some young guys some work. But that unit overall has got to come together, and we got to get going here in the last half of spring ball. But we have improved here the last couple practices. The first part of spring practice, we weren't real good at the offensive line. And a lot of times that's typically the case. Defense is ahead of offense, especially when it's a new offense. But you know, we want to be very, very strong at the line of scrimmage. For our offense to go, we got to be good at the line of scrimmage with the offensive line. And we got 2 weeks to try to pick it up and get going, but we will.
I think we're going to talk to the safeties tomorrow, but do you see a scenario with Juwan Harris coming back to this team? I know there's a lot of things at play with baseball, the baseball draft. Do you see a scenario with him coming back and contributing? He played a lot of games last year.
I haven't talked to Juwan about coming back. You know, his focus right now is baseball.
Okay.
And I know he's got dreams and goals of hopefully going on and potentially getting drafted and having an opportunity to play Major League Baseball. Yeah, I know he started the year off pretty good there for baseball. He was a pretty good player. But what does his future hold when the season's over? You know, I don't know yet. So we'll just kind of have to let it go and see how it plays out.
So he won't do anything with you guys in the spring?
No, he hasn't been with us. You know, he was with us a little bit at the start of the semester, and then kicked into baseball. He's been full-time baseball.
Are you still worried about your depth? Have you seen 7 practices in it? Are you a little bit more confident in that position?
Yeah, I don't think you're ever happy with depth at any position. You can always use more. Safety especially, you know, we're thin. We do have some reinforcements coming with a good group of freshmen still coming that aren't on campus yet. Now, the good thing too, also, we have a lot of guys at corner that we can move somebody to safety. You know, we got some size at corner that the guy can go over and play safety. Right now, we're just trying to develop the guys that are on the front line, KJs that want and bring the other guys along. But depth is a concern just because we're so young back there.
Take 2 more questions.
Getting them all from the left side, nothing from the right.
Yeah.
What about Michael Clark? What have you seen from him so far this spring?
You know what? Like the other freshmen we've talked about, he's a lot more mature. He can show up and really focus on football. He's a lot bigger right now. He's over 300 pounds. He understands his assignments, and he's playing faster, playing more physical, a lot more comfortable with what we're asking him to do. We've kind of moved him between tackle and guard a little bit. Been playing a little bit of both, which is good. We need to see what his best position is going to be and what our best 5 is going to be out there. But Micah has come a long way. Last year, there was no chance he wasn't ready to play. But right now, what I'm seeing, he's like Bo and like Eddie that we talked about. He's in a different spot right now and can eliminate all the distractions that are on a college campus when it comes to football. I'm really pleased with that young man right now.
I think we have running backs on Tuesday. Nunzio, there's always a transition going from head coach when you oversee an entire operation to a position group. How has he done? Has it been an adjustment for him? How's he doing?
You know, you're going to have to ask him. Yeah. You know, hired him and he kind of hit the ground running. He's been doing a great job. I think he's done a great job with his players and his unit, coaching them and building a relationship with them. I think they all get along well, and he's recruiting. You know, he's fit in exceptionally well. But I haven't asked him if he's got buyer's remorse or anything yet. You know, but you'd have to ask him. But he's been, in my opinion, as head coach, watching, he's been a great addition to our staff. He's been great with the staff, great with the players. I've enjoyed having him here, and hopefully he feels the same.